Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the High School Star League of Legends Spring Semester Week 3, brought to you in part by our friends at Twitch and Newegg. We're here with Game 2 of our two-game match for circuit points between Apex High School and Wyoming area Bishop McDevitt. Two schools in one team. I'm Crusader Kid here with the Killers. Going to be bringing you the cast so far. Apex High School up 1-0. If they're able to secure the second win, they will remain undefeated in their group in the High School Star League and have a total of 9 circuit points, getting 3 extra for the 2-0 win. If, however, BMWA pick up one more win, or this win, the only win they could possibly get in the rest of the series, then they will tie it 1-1. Both teams get a tie and 1 point each. We are into the picks and bans. And Akila, let's go ahead and break down these bans.
All right, so from the side of Apex, we're seeing the exact same ones being taken away, the Nidalee, Vladimir, and Scion. Unsurprisingly from BMWA this time around, though, Graves is the first ban out the gate. Jinx as well, which is what we saw before, and then this time Vi actually finding her way into the ban phase.
Did we see a Jinx ban before?
I do believe we did.
I don't think we did.
Maybe we didn't. I forget. Either way, the Graves.
It was very standard last game for the. Actually, no wait, no picks were standard. Bans weren't. Maybe there was. Anyway, we do see Graves ban coming off, but you know what? You gotta take that Dr. Beat off of that Graves. His kills are just insane. His KDA was so high. If I had him on HSL Fantasy, like if there was HSL Fantasy, I would be loving it. By the way, HSL LCS Fantasy League, I beat Achilles last week by 0.9 points. Easy peasy, easy win. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hashtag keep Team Liquid, you go. Anyway, but we also had the Vi ban coming out that was picked up by their jungler last game, I believe. No, yeah, it was picked up by their jungler.
Yeah,
by the other team's jungler last game. It was picked up.
Yeah, they banned it out this time.
I mean, Gary last game. This time he's gonna pick up the Jarvan off right off the bat, and you know what? Got out the Jarvan coming off. Nidalee, Vladimir, and Scion ban. So I guess Vladimir wasn't a mistake ban. They actually didn't want to ban out Vladimir for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Insect plays one heck of a Vladimir in the top lane. I guess we're not going to be able to find out, at least not from this matchup. As you can see, though, like you said, the J4 being picked up yet again by Nami Nagiri. It did him well in the last match, so unsurprising that he's going to go ahead and claim that one for himself this time around. Meanwhile, for BMWA, this time Easy Hoon maybe picking up the Janna for their support on Austin's army. Which would be a good one. We did see a good showing coming in from Lord Apollo's, but wow, fire back picks.
Yeah, look at that.
The Corki coming in for Dr. Beat. Thresh as well being taken this time.
I just want to say that Dr. Beat should switch to support so he can play Sona and go with the DJ skin. DJ Sona on the beat.
Oh man.
Dr. Beat. But we do have the
quit while you're ahead with these jokes.
we do have Thresh coming out for the pick for Lord Apollo. So these two switch supports. We have Janna now on the side of BMWA, gonna be on Austin's army, but Apollo's picks up the Thresh. We'll see what they can do with it. Ashe coming in for the 80 carry and a Pantheon hover over. You get these global ult and semi-global ult coming out, I suppose, coming out from these two. Pantheon is a pick, though, you don't see too often anymore.
Yeah,
we did see some play.
He had immense popularity early on in the beginning of the season because he could solo dragon at like level 2. Or 2 or 3, something like that. I forget exactly where it was because it was a while ago. So he kind of fell out of favor since that got nerfed. But I'm still really interested with this pickup of Ashe on going to Cali, who didn't have too great of a showing on the Tristana. And Ashe is certainly a much more punishable AD carry than Tristana is. Doesn't have the escapes, especially early on. Only has the ice arrow to rely on as well as the volley until she hits 6 and then gets, her ultimate. But even then, not great disengage for her and really no escapes otherwise unless you can kite like a god. So I'm really interested as to why Cali decided to grab that one up. Maybe Ashe is one of his favorites. We'll have to see what happens. Meanwhile, though, to finish out the picks on the side of Apex, we can see Baron Von Otter finishing out with the Lissandra yet again, and this time actually Bananasaurus going for a bit more of an assassin play. Well, a bit more of an assassin than Ari is, I should say. Now grabbing up the Zed.
Yeah.
So let's see what Insect wants to do.
I hope going to Cali has like something prepared for how much wreckage he's gonna be feeling. It's a Lissandra and like a Zed and a Jarvan. They can jump on him so easily, being one of the more immobile AD carries. Of course, he does have the help coming out from Janna, but we'll be seeing if this Janna is going to be effective. I mean, last game, Dr. B didn't even need the Janna. He was like, support, you can just go top lane if you wanted because I could 1v2 everyone for days with this Graves. Doesn't have it this time. But this will be difficult for the AD carry. They need to have a good front line, which is looking like a Darius pickup. While fun and exciting, we don't have... While fun and exciting, this is going to be difficult, to say the least. For going to Cali, trying to survive in team fights when they have 3 ways they could... When everyone on this team actually has a way to, get around places, Thresh probably the hardest one to land because he has to land the hook. But everyone else can, jump in there if they want to, get on top of that back line. But they will have some nice potential in the fact that they have some pretty unorthodox picks coming off, I think, with the Pantheon jungle and the Darius top lane. How it will do versus Lissandra is to be decided, but if Darius can get going, you can carry games. You did it in my Silver Solo Queue game, so I believe.
We'll have to see, how this one's going to play out. I have to give it to Apex just off the picks here, though. Unless BMWA has some
much
really
more
fantastic mechanics
picks.
on these champions.
Meta picks.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to team fights, BMWA is going to be just very reliant on the Ashe ultimate to land, and then they're going to have to follow that up with a Pantheon stun, and then have Asian OG just kind of go in with the distortion and try to melt people. If they can't do that, they have no extended team fight whatsoever. Whereas Apex has fantastic counterplay. They have great poke coming in. Between the ice shards from Lissandra, even Zed with his shadow, he can throw out those shurikens. Corki, of course, with the rockets is just non-stop harass. So it's going to be really interesting to see if BMWA can bring themselves through in this game and land a 1-1 tie against Apex. We're going to go to a quick break, however, guys, as we enter the caster delay. So before we go, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, which are of course, Twitch, Newegg, Rockhat, MSI, Jinx Apparel, Loot Crate, and Tespa. I am Achilles, with me is Crusader Kit, and we will be right back in just a few minutes.
picked off already. He knows that he's over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the High School Star League of Legends Spring Semester Week 3. We're back with Apex High School versus Real Missing Area and Bishop McDevitt Schools. I'm Crusader here at the Killers, bringing you this match brought to you in part by your friends at Twitch and Newegg. We're going to be getting into Game 2, where the score is right now 1-0 in favor of Apex High School. We'll be seeing if we can get the tie going down for BMWA or if it will stay 2-0 and Apex with a dominating undefeated streak if they're able to pick up this win. I'm Crusader getting here the Killers once again, going to be getting into the game and onto the Rift and seeing where all these teams want to go. And it's looking like bottom lane jungle paths. And actually possibly
We might have a
wards
clash.
coming out. There you go.
Yeah, okay, actually looks like BMWA and just putting out a few wards, nothing too forward, but Apex have other ideas.
It's Apex. You make the move to try to get a gank going down, but they're standing right on top of a ward.
Oh, they
So
know
they will
this
be
is
seen
coming.
going for the invade, but it looks like BMWA will be giving up the side of the jungle.
Yep. This now becomes a matter of if
They want to
Apex,
steal or not.
yeah, if they want to try to get the steal, they'll have complete vision of it, and then if they don't, if they do clear, Easy Hoon will have timer on it. Looks like they're not going to. They just want to get the ward down so they can see it though. But that's going to push Easy Hoon moving over toward his red buff, maybe even invading onto their blue.
Very good forward thinking by BMWA with the ward on that bush. If it hadn't been there, they'd probably been taken down, and that would have been disastrous. Right now, their composition is heavily reliant on the laning phase, I'd say. I mean, last game they had the Malphite Orianna Vi composition with a Thresh and a Tristana that could have gone to late game and gone for team fights if it was needed. You know, like they have the potential 5-man CC wombo combo lockdowns and all that good stuff coming in. Unfortunately, didn't ever come to fruition, but this game, there's a lot less breathing room on that front. Have to be strong in these laning phases, or else it's not going to go well for them going into mid-game, especially with the comp that Apex High School has picked out.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's going to happen in that regard. Ashe, a very squishy ADC. She's going to have to be very careful once Corky starts getting his items in. For the meantime, she should be relatively okay to fight him. Just has to dodge out those Foss bombs down there. But as you can see in the top lane, already a little bit of skirmish going back and forth. Insect trying to get those spins off. He's chunking down Baron Von Otter a bit, but he's firing back with those ice shards. So fairly even trade thus far. Oh, locks him down actually. Bleeds ticking onto him. Baron Von Otter taking a bit more damage in that trade, and now Insect up a couple CS. So you can see he does have that longsword start, so probably going to go straight for a Hex Drinker.
Yep, so we'll be seeing where these ganks decide to come down. Pantheon, fairly early jungler, has the stun that can come down with a decent amount of damage. Last game we did see some early ganks coming out. This time he doesn't want to go for a one buff gank. Doesn't work out too well for him last game. But now that he secured his red buff, he'll be making his way over. Nami Nagiri has yet to take his own blue buff. Going to be saving that apparently as he decides to go back to the Raptors.
Yeah, well, we do have Easy Hoon in the top lane, but not in a position
Or no,
to get in
for the gank onto mid. So this time he wants to go for the one buff gank, but I think he took a little bit too long to get this one set up. Ward coming in from Easy Hoon onto that blue buff, so we'll see that going down. Nami Nagiri he's gonna be waiting in here, but he's gonna be losing quite a bit of EXP, especially if Easy Hoon wants to take away this blue buff, or if he wants to go over to mid lane. Gonna have a bit of level advantage. But here comes the gank.
Yeah, Asian OG maybe in a bad spot. Gets the chain onto Bananasaurus. Ignite goes down
there's a
onto
flash
him.
over.
Yeah, Pantheon comes in, gets the stun, but the red buff not going to be enough to find the kill. Now Nami Nagiri possibly in a bad spot. Asian OG not going to be able to get back, and he flashes actually with a distort, takes a tower shot. Little overzealous play coming in by him. So that's a major summoner spell down in the mid
I
lane.
think you saved that flash. Because all 4 members involved in that actually used their flash in that fight. And that was a really good play, I think, coming out from Naminigiri. Flash EQ to save Bananasaurus, kept him alive. And Izihun, though, with the flash over the wall, giving him a nice surprise. Gonna be able to steal away this blue buff and give it over to Asian OG, actually. So an early blue buff coming out for the mid laner at BMWA. We'll see what he can do with it.
Well, just to make sure he doesn't overstay his welcome, here comes Naminigiri back in. Will be easily be able to clear out, so not gonna have to worry about timers. But meanwhile, on the top lane, Insect being taken very low, but here comes Izihun.
Doesn't have a flash.
Yeah, burned his flash in that mid lane, not able to get in and find that kill onto Baron.
So many opportunities for him to just take down people. I mean, his cube will crit.
Ooh, man. Insect playing a very dangerous game, sticking around. Has to be careful of those ice shards. If it does shatter through a minion, it will extend the range and very much find a kill onto him. He does have teleport, though. We'll have to see if he wants to walk back to lane or if he's going to go ahead and burn that. So far, taking his time shopping, look like he's going to go ahead and walk on back.
So many opportunities for easy. I mean, when his spear shot is going to crit when enemies are below 15% health with the Heartseeker Strike passive. So, I mean, early game is where it's at for Pantheon. He's had 2 opportunities to take down targets. Hasn't been quite able to, but he's gotten fairly close to taking down some people. We'll see if he wants to continue on with the ganks. Probably something he wants to do. Picks up, of course, both of these junglers picking up the Stalker's Blade. I'd hope we'll be seeing some ganks out so we can see a little bit more aggression. And we definitely need it from BMWA, as I'll keep saying, if they want to keep going in this game. Otherwise, late game team fights, Apex High School should have it on lock.
Yeah, and so far they do have it on lock. A couple hundred gold in the lead. First Blood still not out yet, but pretty much all lanes except top winning out in CS by a decent margin. We'll say 10 gold differential, 10 CS differential down in that bot lane. Yeah. So that could be very bad for them. It looks like we might have some aggression in mid lane. Shame comes out onto Bananasaurus, who eats a nice bit of damage. Yeah, Asian OG really showing off that burst potential.
Yeah, using that blue buff well as well. Top lane we see Insect picking up that grab there, and that's the one of the scary parts of Darius. Don't want to get dunked on. But that won't be happening because he doesn't have the base.
Yep, here comes the Frozen Tube down on the Insect, followed by the Flag and Drag combo. He tries to get the damage down. He gets the dunk. That's First Blood, goes over to Insect, but a fireback kill comes in from Naminigiri. There will be 2 assists pick up for them, but now just about a 270 gold difference coming in between these 2 teams. So nice fire back. But needs to be much more cautious with wards in that top lane. Meanwhile, Bananasaurus being taken very low. Chain comes across as well as the Ignite. He jukes it out actually with the Death Mark, and he gets very fatal damage into Asian OG. So a nice fire back coming in from Bananasaurus.
Yeah, Bananasaurus winning the assassin trade right there. Picking him up with the Death Mark. With top lane, no one expects the Noxian Guillotine. Comes out, has a little bit of bleed damage on it as well. First Blood goes over to Insect. Should be a nice start for him. Kill doesn't go over to Baron Von Otter. He picks up the Hex Drinker and a Ruby Crystal. He started him out early, so Will has some tanky stats, Will has some damage in middle lane as well. Bananasaurus picking up that trade on Asian OG. He was doing so well with getting the burst harass going down. But it was the turnaround coming out from Zed, which you gotta be careful of.
Yeah, this is a matchup where you may want to consider going for that Zhonya's first as opposed to the Morellonomicon. Zed, as we can see, he already has the Bilgewater Cutlass with a dagger, so it's only going to be about 1,300 more gold before he can finish that out and get the Blade of the Ruined King, which is going to be very nice for him. But you have to be very cautious with when that Deathmark comes out, because the Bilgewater Cutlass damage will account. And meanwhile, on the bot lane, Lord Apollos finds himself a grab on Austin's army, who burns the monsoon. Nice flash away, but Naminigiri being taken very low, but going to Kali. Not really able to fire back. That's going to be the first kill of the game for Dr. Beat as he picks that one up on his Corki, which is going to give him even more of a lead. 20 CS up, and now a solid 500 gold up over top of his opponent.
Yeah, this is going to be dangerous now. Dr. Beat already picking up CS lead, picking up the first kill. Albeit not the first kill the first blood this time. But still gonna be dangerous as he makes a bigger advantage for himself against going to Cali. Top lane, we are seeing a bit of a zone out from Baron Von Otter. Anyway, middle lane is where I'm most interested. Where we're gonna see either of these assassins roam is probably the biggest question. They have really good roam potential, have the mobility, have the damage for it as well. And they have the lanes that could add on to it. Top lane, both these laners, either a huge lockdown from Lissandra to set up damage, or just huge damage from Darius if they want to put it out. Bottom lane as well, I'd say, have an adequate amount of CC. 10 minutes in, this is where we saw the last dragon, or this is where we saw the dragon go down first from the last game. So far, no attempts so far, but we do have some wards going down.
Oh, Insect tries to go aggressive in the top lane, but just nice fireback damage from Baron. Takes him down to below half HP. He's going to have to chug a couple potions, ice shards, but here comes the man drop. Can they find him? The glacial path comes out. The claw doesn't go through in time, and the dunk will find itself its second kill of the game. Insect now 2-1-0 on this Darius.
I believe in the Noxian Guillotine carry. The stun coming out right from EG2 as he gets off of that jump cancels the claw dash if you wanted it, and he probably did. The bottom lane though, the damage is coming out.
Cali being taken very low, gets the arrow out onto Dr. Beat, but the Foss Bomb follow up with a Flay auto attack will spell his own death. Now Lord Apollos is tanking out the turret, but here comes Asian OG. The chain does not land. He actually gets grabbed in the middle of this. Can he find the damage to kill them? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. He distorts back to his originating point. Dr. Beat is absolutely out of mana, though. Does he want to go back in? Yes, he does, but the shield from the Dark Passage looks like it may save Dr. Beat. No, the Ignite is going to be enough to take him down. So they do go 1-for-1 in that exchange, but overall, a better trade in favor of Apex, who pick himself up another assist now. 6-3 in kills over BMWA.
Very well done by Lord Apollos there to hit that hook to prolong his AD carry getting taken down so they could take down Asian OG. I think Asian OG would have picked up that kill if he had been able to get his burst potential uninterrupted, but Destiny comes out. They do take him down. Bananasaurus has stayed so far in this middle and has a red buff right now. And he'll be looking dangerous with it 2-0 and has a nice CS lead over Asian OG. And they have sent... I'm not sure if this lane swap is actually going to be permanent. Nsec is going to be in the middle lane. Top lane is Asian OG. I mean, they did this last game where they did like a very temporary lane swap. Didn't work out too well, but this time both members aren't low. So it should be okay.
Yeah, this could actually be a bit more in the advantage of Asian if he plays this correctly. But meanwhile, in the bot lane, some aggression going out. Top lane as well. Frozen Tomb goes down onto Asian OG, who's very, very low. He's forced to distort away. Nice grab comes in from Baron Von Otter. Gets the Noxian Guillotine, and that is going to be his third kill of the game. Asian OG going to go ahead and recall to safety after grabbing these minions, I suppose. He wants to go ahead and get that far back up.
Successful bait, but it's 12 minutes in. There's two members up in top lane. Teleport down on Nsec. So this is going to be a Dragon starter in full view of the wards for BMWA Apex High School. Should be able to pick up this first Dragon of the game. 12 minutes in, almost 13. So I'm going to get the advantage on that front. About 1,000 gold ahead. It's not insurmountable, especially if Nsec comes into place.
Yeah, he tries to get the damage in on the top tower. Takes it very low, but a very good counter teleport coming in from Baron Von Otter. Will prolong its life a bit more. But overall, very nice rotation to the Dragon from the side of Apex, cutting the losses in that top lane for the most part and grabbing that first map objective. So good fireback for them.
Looks like Apex lost that standoff. They're sitting on the ward, but they eventually broke. Yeah. And walked out. Naminigiri, though, is going to be sitting on it now. Isihun is ready and poised for the man drop. Grand Skyfall if he's needed. And it looks like Naminigiri gives up backs away, but will Isihun walk away is the question. Looks like he wants to stay in this bottom lane. They have the arrow if they want to go for the engage.
They really should. Now is like now is the perfect time that they could do it, but he's actually backing off and looks like he's going to go ahead and get blue set up for Asian OG.
And Lord Apollos will keep pushing, and it's a 45 CS lead right now. for Dr. Beat. It's painful how much gold he's been able to farm in this bottom lane. About a 1,300 gold ahead, almost a whole BF sword in terms of gold ahead. You are seeing some grouping down in this bottom lane though for people who want to try to take down Dr. Beat. So far he's been having a fairly dominant performance. Last game obviously had the hugest carry potential with Graves, but this time it's going to be, I think, a slow ascension for himself. But he has gone down once, so he won't be unkillable. Or like 0 kills, 0 deaths.
Callie has to be very careful. Hook comes out, gets flayed backward, and this is just huge burst damage coming in. Monsoon actually might save her life. Ignite comes out, but yeah, Bananasaurus finds himself a Pantheon on the top side of that jungle. And now going to Callie in a bad spot as he is running away from the tower. Will get taken down. That's a double kill going over, but can they take him down before he gets a triple? It doesn't look like it. He will find himself a triple kill, and that's going to be the shutdown. Actually, no, the shield came in last second for Alston's army. It did save his life. I thought he went down. I kind of wrote him off. That was me not believing in the Janna, I suppose.
Asian OG is going to be remaining to try to keep this bottom lane tower alive. I'm very doubtful of it, though.
Yeah, but actually here comes the man drop.
Possibly go on to Lord Apollo's.
Yeah, he gets grabbed out and flayed immediately. That will be him going down, but this could be the fireback double kill coming in for Dr. B, who flashes forward, and he does find it with the big rocket. Nagini being taken very low, but a nice juggle coming in on that, that tower. Aggro, he does get out in time. And Dr. B picks himself up a nice blue buff, which is going to make for an unrelenting assault of rockets when he re-enters the lane.
Top lane NSEC on the hunt right now for Baron Von Otter. Has hit level 11, so he has the next level of the
nice grab.
Looking to get it. Picks it up.
Yeah, just a fast, really quick rotation. The death mark isn't up here for Bananasaurus, so he's going to have to close the gap with the shadow form. Can he do it? No, he's just going to dash in.
Stays alive. Goes back. More gold for himself in the bank. 1,200 he's sitting on. Nox and Guillotine. Are you ready? Very fortunate level up for him right there. So he had the more confirmed kill for himself. But top lane tower is going to be taking some damage as Nagini and Bananasaurus go for the push, and this is actually going to go down, it looks like. Yeah, these guys are going to take it down.
Yeah, they might be able to fire back, get some kills here. Austin's army comes in. He doesn't get anyone knocked up with that. Deathmark goes off. He is going to fall. But Nagini being taken very low. Bananasaurus as well. Spirit Shot goes out. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough quite yet. Asian OG certainly taking down Nagini. At the same time, Bananasaurus does fall to that Pantheon. That might open them up for the top turret if they want to stick around. Looks like Asian OG, though, going for mid.
It's much closer than the last in terms of kills and gold, but still Apex High School have the advantage, and bottom lane is where really it's going to be important, because Dr. Beat once again 4-1-2, going to Callie down low.
Yeah.
And actually teleport from behind. It's NSEC trying to look for some kills here.
Well, they might be able to get the pinch. Here comes Asian OG from the mid lane. He's very low, and Dr. Beat has a heck of a lot of burst. Chain goes out, grab's not gonna land. Dr. Beat goes forward, Foss Bomb, taking a very low. Rocket comes across, doesn't quite do it yet. Dr. Beat very low. He does have the guillotine. There he is. He does find it, but now he's in a bad spot as Baron Von Otter is here. I mean, Nagiri now joining the fight, and Easy Hoon certainly gonna fall. Can he get the kill onto Baron Von Otter? It doesn't look like it, though. Red buff not going to be enough to take him down. That's going to be a 2-for-1.
40 seconds. This is probably what they're going to be looking for, but NSEC finds the kill onto Dr. V, but goes down right after, gives up the bounty goal. He's 5-2-0, but has to be careful. Gold went over to Baron Von Otter, whose first kill of the game came from NSEC right there. He'll go back. Has Rod of Ages now.
Yeah, no, this is going to be
the push coming again. They took down 2-for-1, I believe it was.
Yeah.
There'll be another tower going down 3-0 in favor of Apex.
Yeah, now this is just going to be them rotating straight over to the Dragon. It's just going to be a matter of if BMWA wants to contest this. They're clearing out a couple wards in their own jungle. Scuttles down. They do have a ward, just gets taken down. They have the full group here. They are spotted out by that ward. Grab comes in, doesn't land on anyone. Easy Hoon jumps in onto Bananasaurus, who death marks onto him. They get the dragon, and now the fight has broken out. Austin's army being taken very low. Nami Nigiri forced to flash out, and that is just going to be the ranks of BMWA getting absolutely ripped through, going to Cali and Asian OG, the only two remaining members. And all members of Apex sitting pretty high and mighty on HP. Can Cali get out of this one? Looks like he's going to be able to escape. Now Otter maybe in a bad spot. Gets locked down by the chain. Does Asian OG want to go in? No, he does not. Dr. B is just absolutely ripping through him with those auto attacks. But wow, commanding performance from Apex at the Dragon Pit. Completely denying BMWA any sort of action. But now Asian OG goes in. He gets the chain. Gets locked up, however, by the W from that Lissandra. Can he find the kill? He does end it with the sigil. That will be a kill, but Dr. Beat now comes in. He distorts back. Can he juke this out? Rocket's not going to hit, but the auto attacks will. And that's going to be Dr. Beat now 7, 2, and 4 on this Corki.
Oh man, he's getting fed up, but main point we want to talk about is that dragon fight. And what we saw was BMWA looking to contest the dragon, but they just got split off. They had 3 members of their team up on the upper end of Dragon coming in from they came in from the upper end of the river, while they had 2 other members coming in from the lower end from the blue buff path. For one, they were split, came in at different times, so 3 members came in to try to engage, ended up in a 3v5 scenario where they just got taken down. CC came out from Baron Von Otter, all of that taking them down, or getting them low. When the other 2 members come to get around into the fight, Cataclysm comes out for Nami Nigiri, and that just further splits the fight as 3 members are on one side of the Cataclysm, the other 2 are on the other side. Just allows Apex High School to divide and conquer, pick up kills one by one, turn around, get the dragon and the kills, and as you saw, now in the lead of gold by 5,000, 2 towers up. We'll see what they want to do with this now, but this is where the game is starting to go into their favor after that fight.
Yeah, 2 towers and 2 dragons, as you said. This is going to give them an immense amount of pushing power. And Nigiri playing a bit forward. Not able to find anyone with that flag and drag distort away by Asian OG. Will save his life. Now Insect gets grabbed out. Foss Bomb doing some damage. Not going to be enough to warrant any tower dive follow-up here. But we do have a near full 5v5 in this mid lane. Actually, now it looks like Apex going to go ahead and peel back. Their waves pushing against them in the bot lane. Not looking to overextend themselves here. Apollos gets rooted out by the chain. Asian OG being taken very low. Insect is out for blood, though. He grabs in. Dr. Beat, here comes the man drop. Nami Nigiri with a nice Cataclysm on top of 4 members. Insect is now going to be taken down. Cali falls suit as well. Easy Hoon now gets grabbed up by the Thresh. He will not be able to find himself a kill. That's a double kill going over to Baron Von Otter, and this is just going to blow open the mid lane for Apex to just shove right up and work toward this inhibitor.
Yeah, huge Cataclysm coming out there, just allowing for the multiple members CC coming out from Baron Von Otter. 2 of them were able to get out of that Cataclysm, but the 2 who stayed in, Dr.
Beat in a bad spot will kill the mirror image there from Asian OG, but he is just very low. Foss Bomb not able to connect. He shot it over the wall rather than on top of himself. Otherwise would have certainly killed Asian OG. But they do claim themselves a mid-tier 2 tower and extend their gold lead. Now nearly 10,000 ahead.
Yeah, it is looking good for Apex High School. Bananasaurus is going to be seen taking out a ward, and Easy's going to be here, gets the stun, but he doesn't want to contest this one. And actually, Insect is in trouble. He walks through a warded jungle, gets over the wall, but right into the hands of Easy. Dr. Beat secures the kill. Now Austin's army in a big trouble.
Yep, Deathmark comes across, and he's just laying on the damage. Going to Cali is here. Flash away with a Shadow Form. May save his life. He gets a slow out from his E. Looks like Bananasaurus might be in a good spot. Easy Hoon, though, he wants to get in here. He's not going to be able to find it. Opts to recall. Meanwhile, in the top lane, this tier 2 tower going to be taken down, and they have full dive potential against going to Cali if they should want it. But Bananasaurus gets found out. Looks like he will be taken down. Nice double distort. Will find a kill for Asian OG. Meanwhile, Baron Von Otter
turned around and was like, I can take these guys.
Oh, actually, Frozen Tomb on going to Cali. Will burn right through him. Nice, very nice arrow. He dies mid Cataclysm. Nami Nigiri going down, and now Baron Von Otter as well. The spear shot will find a kill. Easy Hoon picking that one up. Might be a little bit of
Lord
breath of life
Apollo.
coming in. Now, Lord Apollo's gets chained out by HNOGs. No real follow-up going to come in. Dr. Beat was waiting in the mid lane. Didn't want to aggress and suffer his wrath, but actually stun comes out onto Dr. Beat. Chain comes down as well. Nice Dark Passage will take him to safety.
And Dr. Beat almost going down the path of his 3 allies that just went down, overextending really coming out. Bananasaurus decides he can take Asian OG, and Easy actually backs away before Asian OG, Bananasaurus shows himself and gets up to Asian OG, but Asian OG doesn't care, turns around, takes him on 1v1, picks up the kill, and then top lane, Naminagiri and Baron Von Otter go for the top lane dive onto going to Cali, but an arrow comes off, stopping it. And what came after was just the response coming in from BMWA will help them get some gold in their favor. But it's really Lord Beat right now that they have to be careful for. They can take down these solos, pick them off 1v1 or 1 by 1 as they try to overextend. But so far, Dr. Beat and Lord Apollos have been playing fairly safe. Only 3 kills between the two of them. Dragon now spawning. Looking like another one for them. They do not have Bananasaurus up here yet, but no members of BMWA to contest. However, they can pick up the second tower of the game in this middle lane, outer. We'll have to go on the run now.
Yeah, fairly smart pickup by them to opt to get the mid tower, as long as they don't pay for it with any of their members. Austin's army being taken very low. Asian OG now alone.
Don't do it, Asian OG. You can't do it 1v2. They need help. They need help. This middle lane. You remember is gonna be backing in that river. That actually looks like the top lane is where the push is gonna come from. Apex High School heading up there, gonna tank up this tower. It looks like we'll be able to take it down. They have enough shields as well to keep Naminagiri at relatively full health. And now 6 towers to 2. All towers outside of the base finished up, and they'll probably just take another few picks or a team fight for Apex High School to push in for an inhibitor.
Yeah, it won't take too much more. Looks like they might even just start establishing vision control around this Baron pit as well. The MWA has thus far had superiority in that regard, but they're not in a position to take it for themselves. As we see Bananasaurus claiming the blue buff. But actually, yeah, here we go. BMWA are going to go ahead and opt to start this Baron. And there's no vision.
Ooh. They got lucky. No vision coming out from Apex.
This is a very good play by them.
Wow.
I don't even think that they had a pink down. I think they just kind of walked in and swept it and said, you know what? We can take it. So there we go. First Baron of the game going over to BMWA with a very nice sneak attempt there. That could be what they need to get back into these team fights.
Is really what it was. So they could get the Baron. Now they have the Empowered minions to help fend off from their base. I'm not too sure if they want to be making some big pushes out. 7,000 gold though. Still in the lead for Apex High School. So pushing out and looking for fights will be questionable. They just have to go for picks. They have the team for it. A lot of damage can come out from Ensec and Asian OG on Darius and LeBlanc. Or the arrow comes off onto Bananasaurus. This could be the pick they
Catches
need.
him, he gets knocked up. The Dark Passage is out, but he doesn't get to take it. Going to Cali will find himself his second kill of this game now.
Dr. B, he has his number.
Naminagiri gets Cataclysm down on. He pops the Noxian Guillotine, not able to do anything though now. Lord Apollo's in a bad spot. Will get taken down. Going to Cali, finding that kill as well. Dr. Beat will get taken down. That's a double kill going over to the Ash, and they are now in a fantastic position to maybe play forward and get this tower. HNOG going a little bit deep. They don't have a wave here.
If only they had minions to empower with the Baron buff. However, good picks coming in from the side of BMWA, taking down 3 members, taking down 2 key members, Dr. B and Bananasaurus going down, getting some of that shutdown gold, sweet shutdown gold from Dr. Beat. We're not able to make a significant push off of that, unfortunately. Apex High School just had the waves pushed up.
Yeah, but really good showing for them in that team fight. That does show that they are not out of this game entirely. That Baron buff absolutely doing wonders for them. They're closing that gold gap a bit more, but really what they need to be focused on from this point forward is getting those map objectives. They do not yet have a dragon. They only have 2 towers down on the map. They need to knock out that final tier 1 to really help open up the map pressure for them. But a good showing for them so far. We'll have to see if they're able to elaborate on it and, you know, grow back into this game and hopefully find themselves in an advantageous position.
Yeah, looks like we'll be seeing some grouping up middle. Easy does have his Grand Skyfall if he wants to come in here. Baron buff, though, is very close to expiring, so they're trying to make the best of it as they have the Empowered Creeps moving down middle lane. Bottom lane and top lane are pushing as well, so this is an opportune time to go and try to get a push or for picks here, as they have Dr. Beat up in top lane right now. So we want to see some quick things coming out from BMWA. Looks like they're going to have Dr. Beat, though, rejoining with the team. Insect, though, hiding in the brush.
Yeah, he does find Naminagiri. They stun him out. Nice pull back from the Flag and Drag. They will find a kill. Noxie and Guillotine finishing out that one. Now 6-6-1. Insect on this Darius. The pings come out onto the bot turret. They may want to go straight for this one. So you can see Apex is gravitating down to defend.
He's not going to have Noxie and Guillotine to the next fight using it on that kill there. And that's going to be unfortunate as it goes on cooldown now. So he has 80 seconds to wait for that ultimate to come up. He could definitely have used it right here as he's still looking for picks on the side. Tower is being pushed in though. Stun coming out of Baron Von Otter. They want to go
gets stunned. The tower goes down and the fight is now out. Nice grab coming in. They do acquire him. Janna actually taking that kill away. Austin's Army finding himself his first of the game. Hopefully for the sake of BMWA, his last of the game.
Ooh.
Ooh, wow, yeah, Asian OG really playing the odds, recalling that far forward, is forced to back off, but overall, a good pickup for them. They find themselves a kill and a tower, opening up the map a bit more for BMWA.
I believe in Noxie and Guillotine. This is all I want. I just want him to win.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how this game is going. Like, why is he allowed to 1v9 right now? I'm just kidding. All right. Okay. The whole team of BMWA right now doing a very good job of keeping themselves in the game. But what helps, however, is contesting this dragon. I do not think they'll be able to do too much in terms of it. They lose the blue buff.
Yeah, actually, Dr. Beat stealing that one away. They're not able to secure it. It is up, and it's down to about half HP. Here comes the burst from Dr. Beat. They do find it. That's 4 dragons now. Insect playing very forward.
He's really 1v9ing. Like, what is he doing?
Yeah, they don't have going to Cali with them. They have to be very careful here.
He needs teammates. When you have Noxie and Guillotine, when you have a giant axe. We're going to see the push coming in onto the middle lane now. Dr. Beat going to be found in the side, but little Valkyrie out of there very quickly.
Yep.
Not too much can really come out of this push.
Oh, the grab on the Insect, though. He's being taken very low. Frost Bomb with that Triforce. Rips him down to half HP.
32-minute potions, like, super effective. 150 health? 150 health out of the total of 2,500 that Insect has. So valuable.
Back up in no time.
And who buys potions? Okay.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they were left over from the laning phase.
Yeah, I just had them like laning phase. Is like, hey, actually that happens to me sometimes. You want to like support out potions, and I'm like, I don't really want to sell these, but I need wards.
Sometimes you need the gold for it. You have to do the trade-off. As we can see now, Baron buff long since expired. Apex on the push. Moving into this mid lane, not really able to find any damage. Some good wave clear coming across from the side of BMWA. We'll stave them off, but right now everyone is just kind of tiptoeing around. They do not want to overstep their footing here and upset the balance. So far, BMWA coming back into a nice spot, now down just under 4,000 gold. So the gold gap getting ever smaller, and they do have those top and bottom waves pushing in their favor.
Yeah, these teams playing so carefully right now. Apex, they do not want to give up any more footing. We've seen them lose a bit of ground to BMWA. Baron's up in 17 seconds. They do not have Dr. Beat with themselves, and they do not have Baron Von Otter yet. Not gonna get the grab onto Insect, but they want to go for Apollos.
Yeah, can they find him? The man drop comes in. He's getting locked up. Chain will lock him in place. Noxie and Guillotine gonna almost certainly be enough to finish him off? Yeah, they actually double flash forward. Now Insect stuck under the tower. Here comes the Frozen Tomb. He will fall. That's Baron Von Otter finding that kill. Meanwhile, Deathmark goes across onto Kali. There's no follow-up damage whatsoever, but Easy Hoon will be taken down. Bananasaurus finding that kill, and there goes Kali. And all of BMWA is now just crumbling under the might of Apex. 3 for 1 so far, and this is barren in the eyes of Apex.
Overextended for that kill onto the support.
Oh,
HOG jumps in, jumps out. Can he get away? Flash as well.
Yeah, they ignite.
Ignite's ticking down, but he gets out with the kill onto Bananasaurus. They'll continue on with the Baron.
Yeah, one less member that'll pick it up. Actually, Lord Apollo's is back up, so it will still be 4 members receiving the Baron buff unless Austin's army can seal it away. It's not gonna happen. Here comes the TP in from Pantheon. They might want some cleanup. HOG will get taken down. Now Insect not able to find anything. Dark Passage out for Dr. B.
Insect gets under the tower and he can't get out because Lissandra is there to lock him in under that tower. He gets taken down because of it. And it was just, I mean, using 2 flashes. Messy coming out from BMWA. Could have just forced the back of the Little Apollos.
Yeah.
Went right back to the Baron, but Dr. B came in. Finally regrouped with his team, came in for the fight. And now BMWA back into their sticky situation, trying to stay into this game. With Baron buff on the side of Apex, they're going to feel a lot stronger when they start to push out these waves, as they've been doing fairly often this entire game, so gotta be careful of overextending. It was BMWA's. Gotta be so careful with the overextensions at that point, because they were still behind. Can't play like you're ahead when you're behind. It's not gonna work out.
Yeah, sometimes you have to try to make those plays going, but a lot of miscommunication on securing that kill. On the support, even. You know, it was all a double flash under tower for Lord Apollos. And that just easily ended up in the death of Insect, who is now being found out by Naminigiri. But HOG is here as well. The Deathmark goes out. Looks like Insect will be taken down as the grab comes across. Bananasaurus finding himself that kill. Now the collapse from the mid lane comes down. That's a double kill coming in from Bananasaurus. And that is going to be the push in on the bot lane. Can they find HOG? He distorts actually backward to try to juke it out, but it's only going to be a matter of time. He gets flayed out. Slow from the red buff will be enough to keep it in range for that grab. Dr. Beat finds himself his 12th kill of the game now. 12, 3, and 10 on that Corki. Having quite the dominating performance. And this is just going to open up this bot inhibitor turret for Apex to just get in and rip straight through. Cataclysm comes across onto Easy Hoon, who jumps out onto Baron Von Otter. Can he find the damage? No, he cannot. He will be taken down. Meanwhile, Dr. Beat plays very far forward. Will find a kill onto going to Kali. That's going to be an ace. And this could be the final push of the game. Austin's army is now up. Insect following suit. But can they get in here and stop this onslaught? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. First Nexus turret is down. Second one is going to be going down as well. Insect dies yet again. Dr. Beat finding himself his 14th kill of the game. He may be looking for his 15th onto Austin's army. HOG is about to come up. Can he find it? No, Bananasaurus gets it, but they do get the Nexus. And that is going to be Apex going 2-0 over BMWA, netting themselves a solid 3 points.
Yep, Apex High School now going to be one of the top teams of the group, going undefeated for the first 3 weeks of the High School Star League. Now it's just a strong game coming out for them. You'll also be watching them to see if they can make it into the season playoffs. Or, well, not the season playoffs, but the grand playoffs, semester playoffs. I'm not even sure what it is. It's going to be great, though. Grand finals is going to be coming up, you guys. You'll have to see who goes into that, but Apex High School obviously playing a strong game. If they're at the top of the group at the end of our 10-week season, we'll be seeing them advancing on into there, and that's not the only teams we'll be seeing in the grand finals. We'll be seeing also the top teams from our winter playoffs, and we'll be seeing 2 of those teams performing right in this next match. It's Troy High School versus Pine Tree High School for one of our winter showcase matches. I'm Crusader Kid here with Achilles. Going to be getting into that match very soon. Before we go to that, we do want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Twitch, Newegg, Rockcat, MSI, Tespa, Loot Crate, and Jinx. And guys, we'll be right back with the second match of the night. Troy High School versus Pine Tree High School in our winter showcase match.